It's been growing 200% a year every year for the past 11 years, and you're only going to have 30 years of your life in business. So how long are you going to stare at something which is a screaming successful thing in denial? You would lose, by the way, resisting it, you would lose 98 to 99% of your wealth over 5 years if you're in denial of this thing. The significance of Bitcoin is you can take a portion of monetary energy, you can store it on a network that no politician, no bank, no counterparty can seize from you against your will, and nobody can debase or inflate away via some political edict.
Since 2011, the value of Bitcoin has grown by more than 20 million%. And when we look at the average yearly returns, Bitcoin's rate of growth is around 230%. We'd say that this information alone is proof of Bitcoin's extraordinary nature. The crypto asset offers various benefits that can positively impact people's lives by providing financial security, inclusivity, autonomy, and efficiency in an interconnected world. But despite all of this, many people still remain skeptical about Bitcoin's success. This is what frustrates Michael Saylor, a world-renowned entrepreneur who co-founded MicroStrategy. In a discussion with Dr. Brian Keating, Saylor expresses his honest insights and analogies. Saylor argues that Bitcoin offers a solution to global financial challenges, asserting that traditional currencies are at risk of losing significant value. He sees Bitcoin as a digital monetary network that offers several advantages over traditional currencies, including resistance to corruption, energy efficiency, and the ability for individuals to maintain personal custody of their wealth. With all these advantages, Saylor is urging individuals to prioritize securing their financial future over temporary comfort or skepticism. Since Bitcoin has demonstrated remarkable growth since its inception, with its value increasing exponentially over the years, it presents a big opportunity for investors to achieve significant returns on their investments. Let us now look at clips of Michael Saylor as he explains his insightful viewpoints regarding Bitcoin. As we show these clips, we kindly ask for your support. Please consider giving us a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Your support motivates us and enables us to provide you with engaging updates on cryptocurrency finance. We hope you enjoy the video.
It's been growing 200% a year every year for the past 11 years, and you're only going to have 30 years of your life in business. So how long are you going to stare at something which is a screaming successful thing in denial? Peter Schiff has been against Bitcoin for 10 years. He'd be a billionaire right now. He'd be a 10 billionaire right now if he had actually not been against it. You would lose, by the way, resisting it, you would lose 98 to 99% of your wealth over 5 years if you're in denial of this thing. So there's a cost to being in denial of stuff. Let me just, again, offer an example. You know, like if you're on an airplane and somebody puts their elbow through a window and it starts depressurizing, and the oxygen gets sucked out of the airplane, and then the oxygen mask drops down from the compartment above, are you going to stare at it and debate with me for like 2 hours about all the black swans and whether or not the oxygen is safe and whether or not you should breathe the oxygen or whether or not you should not breathe the oxygen? Are you going to put the mask on? And that is the situation with Bitcoin right now, which is a lot of people are working very hard to come up with some reason why they shouldn't trust a new thing. Meanwhile, it's quite clear that 7.8 billion people on the planet have a problem. Everybody with money on Earth is going to lose half their wealth in the next 48 months if they do nothing. If you're one of the billion people in a collapsing developed economy, you're going to lose everything if you do nothing. The solution is a digital monetary network that doesn't dissipate energy, that you can access where no one can corrupt it and you can take personal custody of your money, of your monetary energy. Yes, there's uncertainty. For the first time in human history, we invented the thing. It's new, but it's not 1 year new. It's 12 years old. And you don't have to put 100%. By the way, when the oxygen mask drops out of the plane and you're traveling with your 10 kids, Are you going to put the mask on one kid to see if they live and let the other 9 kids suffocate? Or are you going to put the mask on everybody? Or are you going to put your mask on yourself first? How afraid are you of suffocating versus how afraid are you of using the oxygen? Because Bitcoin is oxygen and it's new. There are some people that are very comfortable in their existence and they think it's okay to ignore it because they're rich and they're comfortable and they're happy. There are some people that dabble in it. Like, I think I'll buy 1 or 2% because I'll speculate in it. Nice. If you're living in Argentina 4%. And you have any wealth to speak of, you lost 99% of it. Are we going to sit and think about ways that we might it's hypothetically possible that a politician in Argentina will pass a law requiring that I disclose my Bitcoin or tax it or whatever. But are you going to suffocate your entire family and destroy everything you know based on the hypothetical possibility that someone might object to you choosing to not roll over and die? Because it seems like most of the world would like for us just all roll over and die and shut up and not make a big stink about it. It seems to me that if I come into your house and I start cranking the temperature down until I freeze your children, at some point, maybe you'll have the bravery to open the back door and walk into the backyard and maybe go find a new house. I mean, like, it's just a matter of courage and maturity at some point. And for those people that just want to spread fear and uncertainty and doubt, I mean, like, what's the future for humanity if we're going to live in fear of the solution to the problem that plagues us all?
Though the examples Saylor uses in his discussion are quite intense, he is simply emphasizing the critical importance of adopting Bitcoin as a technology to avoid economic impoverishment. Take Argentina, for example. Despite the Argentine peso having power, people still face the risk of starving and losing their life savings due to economic instability every decade. Bitcoin offers a solution to this problem, serving as a means for individuals to preserve their wealth. Saylor compares using Bitcoin in a collapsing currency environment to having a ship in the middle of the ocean to avoid drowning. In essence, Bitcoin serves as a life-saving technology in economic turmoil. Let's look at more clips of Michael Saylor as he explains this.
The point is, what will you as an individual choose to use as your technology to avoid starving to death or freezing to death economically? That's the question. Right. The Argentine peso had power, still has power. It doesn't change the fact that if you live in Argentina, you will starve to death and lose your family's life savings every 10 years unless you adopt a new technology, right? Doesn't change that fact.
Do you worry about
and
that?
So the significance of Bitcoin is it's a technology for you to avoid becoming impoverished, right? And if you have a bunch of money in a country where the currency is collapsing, you should use Bitcoin to avoid dying. And if I drop you in the middle of the ocean, you should hope you have a ship around you to avoid dying, right? It's just the technology in order to live your life in this particular case. And so what is the core essence of it? Well, the essence of it is the same thing that makes the universe work. The laws of thermodynamics and the conservation of energy, right? What's at the core of Bitcoin is the laws of thermodynamics and the conservation of energy. If I put $1 million of monetary energy into the network in the year 2020, I can go forward 250 years or 50 years or 10 years or whatever amount of time frame you want, and I will have the same amount of monetary energy scaled up perfectly linearly, for the economic growth without any individual stealing it all. Mm-hmm. If you take the same amount of monetary energy and you put it into the dollar, you will lose 99% of that energy. It will be stolen from you by the central bank and the fractional reserve bankers over the course of 100 years, maybe over the course of 10 to 15 years. if you put that into a gold network, you're going to lose 90% of the energy, if not all of it. You'll lose 90% because of mining, and you're likely to lose the rest when the bank you put it in gets seized in a regime change. And if you look at the top 100 cities in the world over the last 100 years, 95 of them had a regime change that was hostile, that would have resulted in you losing all of your monetary energy. So the significance of Bitcoin is you can take a portion of monetary energy, you can store it on a network that no politician, no bank, no counterparty can seize from you against your will, and nobody can debase or inflate away via some political edict, which is not the case with any other monetary system on Earth. Another way to say it is, as Ross Stevens says, you have a choice. You can choose the fiat standard, which is a standard where other people can print unlimited units of money, just not you, right? Or you can choose the Bitcoin standard, where nobody can print units of money, including you. You have a choice. You can live in a world where someone you don't know can rob you of all of your economic power without your consent, without your knowledge, or you can live in a world where nobody can. You choose, right? That's the stark decision.
In times of uncertainty, the decisions we make can shape our futures significantly. Whether it's about our finances or other aspects of life, making the right choice can be crucial. When it comes to financial matters, like choosing between traditional currency and Bitcoin, the decision becomes even more critical. We're faced with two options: sticking to the familiar but potentially risky fiat currency system, or embracing the promising but still evolving world of Bitcoin. Each choice comes with its own set of risks and rewards, and the decision isn't always easy. But it's essential to weigh the options carefully and consider the long-term implications of our choices. Whether we choose to stick with what we know or take a chance on something new, our decisions can have a profound impact on our financial well-being. Ultimately, the decision is ours to make, and it's important to approach it with thoughtfulness and consideration. By doing so, we can navigate the uncertain waters of finance with confidence and clarity, knowing that we've made the best choice for ourselves and our future. Currently, the price of Bitcoin hovers around $49,000. Many expert investors and analysts are expecting Bitcoin's price to surge even more, leading up to the Bitcoin halving event predicted to happen this April 2024. This event, happening approximately every 4 years, involves reducing the reward that miners get for validating transactions on the Bitcoin network. Past halving events have often led to significant increases in Bitcoin's price. That said, now might be the right time to invest in more Bitcoin, or simply hold on to dear life. But of course, as always, don't forget to do your own research. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin's future in today's constantly changing financial world? Are you considering investing in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, or do you still have doubts? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Your input helps us continue providing valuable content, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay informed about cryptocurrency news. Until next time, thanks for watching.